But when the kids run through the tulip field at the very beginning to announce the death of the witch, listen.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today, we're looking at the most swankified Easter eggs, references, and other small details hidden behind the Emerald Curtain. For those who haven't seen Wicked Part 1, there will be spoilers.
You still do the coin trick, and actually, I
You
shouldn't
do the
really
coin
be
trick,
saying
yes.
this, but if you look close enough,
Number 10. Familiar friends follow the yellow brick road. The film opens with a bird's-eye view of Oz, complete with a rainbow and the Emerald City in the distance. During a sweeping shot, Dorothy, Toto, the Scarecrow, Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion head down the yellow brick road. Although they're only briefly spotted from behind, they can be seen carrying the Wicked Witch's broomstick after supposedly melting her. This is the most we see of Dorothy in the film, but the 3 friends she makes on her journey all play a larger role, even if you don't recognize them. For those who haven't seen the stage version of Wicked, we won't give away too much.
Look, this is one that I'm not going to say much about, but I'm going to say look at everyone's silhouettes. If you're a fan of the show and you know what's coming, look at everyone's silhouettes, and I think you're going to have a fun time.
Let's just say that much like the so-called Wicked Witch, things aren't always what they seem.
She had her secrets.
Number 9. The Wizard's Past Life.
Folks have come to expect that sort of thing. And you gotta give the people what they want.
The wizard may have plenty of tricks up his sleeve, but it's all smoke and mirrors. When Elphaba and Galinda realize that the wizard has no real powers, they escape behind the Emerald Curtain. The two stumble upon relics from the wizard's circus days, including the hot air balloon that brought him to Oz. Elphaba recognizes the wizard for what he truly is upon spotting a poster for his magic act.
You have no real power.
Exactly. That's why I need you.
The poster even features the wizard's real name. Well, not his full name, which was revealed to be Oscar Zoroaster Phaedrig Isaac Norman Henkel Emmanuel Ambroise Diggs in the Oz books.
I give you the Oz of tomorrow.
He was able to fool people into thinking that he could do something magical.
I think people need direction.
Even so, Elphaba sees that everything about the not-so-wonderful wizard was a lie, including the name his kingdom was built upon.
The best way to bring folks together is to give them a real good enemy.
Number 8. Poppies.
Fiyero, what are you doing?
Well, you coming?
Elphaba and Fiyero grow closer after rescuing a lion cub who may or may not grow up to have a cowardly complex. The scene plays out pretty much as it did in the stage version, with one clever twist. On stage, Elphaba casts a vague spell to incapacitate the others in the classroom.
That was you who made all that happen.
Here, Elphaba uses a bouquet of poppies that she brought Dr. Dilliman to spread a sleeping spell. This is a nod to the deadly poppy field from the original Oz book and the 1939 film. In both, the poppies nearly send Dorothy into an eternal slumber. Elphaba initially doesn't realize the power within the flowers, but she'll surely remember this when she encounters Dorothy down the road.
Oh, you can't rest now. We're nearly there.
Number 7. A horse of a different color.
What's been amazing for me is falling into something huge and trust the free fall.
The stage musical introduces us to Fiyero as he arrives at Shiz University with his driver. In the film, Fiyero shows up to Shiz on a horse of a different color. We mean that literally. The colorful horse didn't originate from L. Frank Baum's books, but the 1939 movie.
What kind of a horse is that? I've never seen a horse like that before.
No, and never will again, I fancy. There's only one of him, and he's it. He's the horse of a different color you've heard tell about.
With Technicolor being a cornerstone of that cinematic classic, the filmmaker seized every opportunity to saturate the land of Oz, right down to the horse pulling Dorothy's carriage. In another change from the stage version, Elphaba is the first person Fiyero meets at Shiz. Just as his horse is a different color, Fiyero finds that Elphaba isn't like any girl he's ever met. Not because she's of a different color, but because rather something deeper.
We didn't see you there. You must have blended with the foliage.
Is this how you go through life? Just running amok and trampling anyone in your path?
No. No. Sometimes I'm asleep.
Number 6. Lion in the Basket. Liberating the lion cub from his cage, Elphaba places him in her bicycle's basket and rides into the forest. If you're getting deja vu, that's because Elphaba did something similar, yet completely different, in another life.
You wicked old witch! Uncle Henry, Auntie Em, don't let him take Toto. Don't let him take him, please! Stop first!
Put him in the basket, Henry.
In 1939's The Wizard of Oz, Elmira Gulch takes Toto from Dorothy, cycling away with the Cairn Terrier in her basket. Thankfully, she doesn't notice Toto slipping out and racing back to Dorothy. Although Dorothy and Toto escape Miss Gulch's clutches, they meet a greener reflection of their old neighbor in Oz.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Elphaba rescuing the lion mirrors Miss Gulch taking Toto. Of course, where Elphaba gets the lion to safety, we don't even want to think about what Gulch would have done with the little dog. Number 5. Breaking the Glass.
Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
Forced to share a dorm room, Elphaba would rather keep the door shut while Galinda wants it open. Finding a middle ground, Elphaba accidentally shatters the door's glass with her magic, leaving it open even when it's closed.
I don't know. I've never known.
In a way, this moment comes full circle during the climactic defying gravity. Taking flight, Elphaba bursts through the glass window, mirroring the aforementioned scene. This time, though, Elphaba purposely breaks the glass, reflecting how she's gained control of her powers. In both scenes, Galinda inspires Elphaba's actions, but for different reasons. When Elphaba broke the glass door, it was because Galinda got on her nerves. When she breaks the window, it's because Galinda has given Elphaba the confidence to realize her unlimited potential.
You can do anything.
Number 4. Erasing animal history.
This school has been generations of education to the people of Oz, and animal professors and Ozian professors all around.
The musical's political commentary is given even more focus in this film, with additional scenes dedicated to Dr. Dillamond and other animals, who are treated as second-class citizens.
We animals are now being blamed for everything that goes wrong.
When Elphaba first demonstrates her powers at Shiz, she accidentally causes several structures to crumble. One of them collapses to reveal an old mural that was built over.
The history of Oz should feel present.
Good luck, and welcome to Shiz!
The artwork features a faculty of animal academics, suggesting many species were once scholars at Shiz. That number has since shrunk, and soon enough, the contributions that animals have made to Oz may be paved over for good, in the name of quote-unquote progress. Even if animals can't talk in our world, there are parallels to how numerous cultures have essentially been erased from the history books.
There was a time before you were born when life in Oz was different. So, when and why did this change?
From what I've read, the Great Drought.
Precisely.
Number 3. Ruby Slippers.
You're gonna be popular. I'll show you what shoes to wear, how to fix your hair, everything that really counts to be.
Dorothy's slippers were silver in L. Frank Baum's book. Wanting to showcase Technicolor's capabilities, MGM switched the slippers to red in their film adaptation.
Give me back my slippers. I'm the only one that knows how to use them.
Being a product of the 1939 musical, the ruby slippers have rarely popped up in other interpretations of Oz. Wicked is no exception, with Nessarose's father gifting her a pair of silver shoes. However, the filmmakers do sneak in a reference to the iconic ruby slippers. Giving her new bestie a lesson in popularity, Galinda teaches Elphaba many things. This includes what shoes to wear, handing her a pair of red heels. They may not be exact replicas of the trademarked ruby slippers, but it's clear what the filmmakers are doing while still staying in their legal jurisdictions. Speaking of shoes, if you take a look at the ones gifted to Nessarose, take special care to notice the tornado-esque heels, calling to mind her fate. Number 2. Echoes of For Good.
Pink goes good with green.
Goes well with green.
It so does.
Defying gravity might be the big showstopper, but For Good is the emotional high point of Elphaba and Galinda's friendship.
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
Since that tearjerker doesn't occur until Act 2, we'll have to wait a year to hear Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande perform the duet. That doesn't mean For Good is completely absent from this film.
Why, Miss Elphaba? Look at you. You're beautiful.
There are a handful of musical cues hinting at things to come. The most important moment comes during the Ozdust ballroom sequence. Realizing the error of her ways, Galinda joins Elphaba on the dance floor. It's the beginning of a beautiful friendship, with both truly seeing each other for the first time. This is highlighted through an instrumental version of For Good playing in the background.
To make them sing, to make them feel that after they've watched it, they've been changed for good.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Cameos in Oz.
I got us tickets.
You coming?
Everyone will be there.
Erivo and Grande will surely be immortalized as cinema's Elphaba and Galinda, but the film doesn't forget their stage predecessors.
The sisterhood between Elphaba and Galinda, Galinda's comedy, seeing Kristen Chenoweth originate this role, seeing her on Broadway.
I'd never heard anything or seen anything like it.
Keeping it in the family, Galinda's mother is played by Alice Fern, who starred as Elphaba in the West End. A few other West End players drop into Oz, including Carrie Ellis and Diane Pilkington. For the Broadway crowd, the most notable cameos are saved for an extended version of One Short Day.
I wanna be in this life alive, so I'll be back for good someday. To make my life and make my way before today will wonder and endure.
Chronicling how the wizard came to Oz are two Wizamania superstars, played by the OG Elphaba and Galinda, Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. It's not Wicked without them, or its writers, Winnie Holtzman and Stephen Schwartz. Holtzman gets a special bit of dialogue, while the composer is given a special cameo as the guard who tells the best friends that the wizard will see them now.
The wizard will see you now!
Did any other Easter eggs stick out like a green thumb to you? Let us know in the comments.
Well, these things are sent to try us.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.